Well, I thought Jeff did a good job getting us into the game. You know, we kind of got off to a little bit of a wobbly start again in the first inning. We've had a tendency to get a little bit of a slow start, but he recovered, and we needed 18 outs out of him tonight. That's what he got us, and we knew we were going to use Ethan and potentially Dave today to try to get the series under control, and but we needed 18 out of Jeff today, and that's exactly what he did. So. Again, I don't think he was particularly sharp, but he found a way, and we left a lot of runners on base early, and that pitcher's good. He's one of the best guys in the league, but we knew that if we could get to the bullpen, that things might change a little bit, and that's exactly what happened.
And Bryce's leadoff walk in the seventh obviously got you guys into the bullpen, and just all
I was real pleased with Jason Alberry's hit. That's the one that got us to 3-2, and Jason's been really kind of scuffling a little bit. He had a pretty good weekend at Georgetown, and he's had a slow, couple games here. But that was a big at bat for him. I think that's going to go a long ways with getting him going a little bit, because we certainly could use his offense.
It seems like all the big hits you guys have had lately, and especially this weekend, have been up the middle, like you keep preaching. Do you feel like that message is getting easier to send when they see results like that, especially in late rallies like this?
We hope so. And again, we talked about this before, but we had so many balls foul here early. And now we are getting better. We are staying in the middle of the field a little bit. Usually when you stay in the middle of the field, good things happen. So, but I'm just happy for Jason, because he's been really kind of fighting a little bit. And as a younger player, sometimes that can linger longer. So we need him to be a productive offensive player, and that was a big at bat tonight.
And you're batting around there in the seventh. Maybe with the bases loaded in a young lineup, you might have a tendency to someone go get all wide-eyed up there and start swinging at pitches that, maybe get themselves out, sort of deal, looking for the big hit. But it seems like all your guys were just willing to take a walk, wear one if they had to, work the count. I mean, that was like looked like a mental team, or a mature team in that approach to that inning.
Well, we are getting a little bit more plate discipline. But one thing, if you notice and look at our statistics, we don't have very many walks compared to how many games played we have. So this is one of the few games where we had a few of those opportunities, and but we haven't had a game like this.
Yeah.
So I was pleased with what our hitters did the second half of the game, and sometimes when you get a little bit of a 4 or 5 run lead, you think bases loaded, you want to be a guy that drives in 2 or 3 runs. Well, and oftentimes you get yourself out, but they did a fine job.
Is there anything to having a bunch of late rallies like this, as far as doing it maybe consistently or a few times towards a trend?
Well, I think there's some positives to it in that they believe they can. The negative is they think that they can wait till
Sure.
I prefer them to get started a little sooner. So there's some positives and negatives to that situation. We certainly are pleased that they've been able to do it here the last 3 or 4 games, but at the same time, we can't afford to play in the games. And that's kind of what we did today. We just were a little bit flat. The first ball hit to us, we bobble, and then all of a sudden, they get the bases loaded in the first inning. Jeff's able to get out of it, but I'd prefer us to start a little faster. So I'm not sure what we're going to do, but it's something I got to think about, and maybe potentially change up a little bit of what we do with our pregame.
They cause havoc on the base path, and I'm sure it makes the other infielders uncomfortable as well as the pitcher.
What did you guys do towards the middle half of that game to kind of settle in at the plate and make sure? I mean, I know Ed preaches it a lot, but it looks like it takes a little while to settle into using the middle of the field, being more patient at the plate.
I think we just, as the game got on, I mean, you see a guy 2 or 3 times. First time, you don't see him as well. And then the second time, okay, you just start to put a little bit of some better swings on him, and that's what we did. Threw a couple of walks and just had a ton of quality ABs tonight as a team.
I mean, how did you guys stay so patient in, when you're putting those big innings together? You guys have the bases loaded, and usually that's like eyes wide open for a hitter. You're looking for the first thing, groove that you can put in a gap. But you guys seem to just stay patient and work every at bat and kind of almost let them beat themselves there late in the game.
I mean, with our lineup, I mean, it's a new guy every other night. I mean, some nights it might be Mike, other nights it might be Thomas or Isaac. So we do preach a lot about, passing it down the line, and, we take what the defense gives you, and if they're going to hit us, we're going to take that. If they're going to walk us, we're going to take those pitches and anything to score runs.
9 wins in a row, another weekend series and conference play you clinched here. I mean, you know, a couple weeks ago it was looking like Big East play was going to be desperation mode, and now a couple weeks later, and you guys are sitting in a good spot to clinch a spot for this conference tournament you're going to host here next month. How has the mood of the team changed in this last couple of weeks where you guys are starting to put the win streak together?
We've gotten better. Coach, that's something that he's preached. We've done some good things. We probably haven't played the best game the past few days.
Yeah.
We're still looking for that, and the bigger game is out there, and we know that. And every single day we come to the park, we're not taking anything for granted. We're just going to go out and play hard.
A lot of these things have been late inning type stuff. You guys had to rally to come back in these games where it's looked like you guys have been kind of stuck in a rut for, 4, 5, 6 innings, and then you put together a couple that have made the difference. Is it all just, that confidence from this winning streak, or has there been an approach difference or a mechanic difference in the way you guys have played in these last couple of weeks?
Well, we've won some games where we come from behind, and I think that's helped us. When we won at Kansas on the road, I think we got down 3-0 early, and that definitely boosted our confidence a little bit, and got down against St. John's, I think, once and came back. And so we've definitely had a lot of comeback wins, and I think as the year goes on, you start winning more of those games. You start winning more one-run ball games. As a team, you come together and things work, and that's
it was
what
just trying to maintain my aggressive mindset, and came out of the gates with, I guess, a little lacking that. So you just trying to settle in, know that the guys will make plays behind you.
It's too bad the team scored 11 runs. You didn't get a win tonight.
That's all right. I think don't care about my own record as long as the team's record is in the right place.
Facing Hunter on the other end, did you think that if you didn't have your best stuff today, you were going to have to maybe, be in damage control and make sure that he doesn't get too big of a lead out there where he can kind of just coast through 9 and, finish you guys off? Was that part of your process when you were maybe scuffling a little bit at times?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's a very good pitcher. I think he was preseason pitcher of the year. I mean, you don't get that for not having any ability. And he pitched well, he threw well, but I think it just shows a lot about our offense and our team that we're scrappy and we're not going to give in even though we're playing behind sometimes. And so I think it's just telling of who we are as a team.
You had to feel good about giving it over to your bullpen. Obviously, there's a big advantage for you guys over Villanova.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they started putting good swings on me, and my pitch count was running up, but it's really easy to hand the ball over to any of the guys we got in the back end.
How much fun is it to watch an inning like that 7th inning where you guys are just, going 1 through 9 through the lineup, everybody's getting a chance to make a play, make a contribution?
Yeah, it's a lot better being on that end. I think we were on the wrong side of that in Lincoln earlier, and it's kind of just everything you do, you can't get out, and it's nice to have every once in a while.